Sponsored by EA. Hey everyone, it's AlluringSimmer here, back with another speed build for our Let's Move In the Winx series. In today's build, we are making a bedroom fit for the Fairy of Waves herself, Miss Aisha, and I'm super excited for you all to see how it turned out. We are also getting super close to the end of this series, which is kind of sad, but also a little bit bittersweet because, as I said before, we'll be doing a Winx Let's Play series with all of these Sims, and I'll be finding a way to merge all of the rooms together, making edits once we get the new Enchanted by Nature pack, and all the work and effort that we've been putting in the past few weeks and in the coming weeks will not be for nothing. Before we really get into this build, I do want to mention that I am part of the EA Creator Program, and that means you can use my code AlluringSimmer when purchasing Sims 4 DLC. You can also use my code for other eligible titles on the EA app, and if you want to find a full list, you can go to AlluringSimmer.com/creator. There's currently a sale going on the EA app for select packs, so now is the perfect time to get some packs while they're discounted and use my code AlluringSimmer at checkout when doing so. When you use my code, it helps to support my channel and it's greatly appreciated. If you've missed the previous parts of the series where I've made the bedrooms for a few of the other Winx fairies, then consider to check them out. I'll have a link in the description as well as up on the screen, and also be sure to check out all the cast videos of me creating each of the Winx fairies. Let me know in the comments down below who your favorite Winx fairy is, and also let me know what you're looking forward to most when we start this Winx Let's Play. A few things to keep in mind for this upcoming Let's Play is I did briefly mention that I have a shell challenge and a cast challenge that is related to fairies and the new pack, and I'll be having a dedicated video for that coming out later this week or next week, so stay tuned for that. But if you want to get a head start, you can find the shell challenge under my gallery ID AlluringSimmer, or you can search the hashtag AlluringFairyShell. All the rules for that challenge are in the description, and basically you are creating a fairy themed build using the shell provided. Another option for the creative sim lovers is to make a fairy sim or some sort of enchanted creature that I can include in my Winx Let's Play, and use the hashtag AlluringFairyCast when uploading to the gallery. And please refrain from using CC for the shell challenge or for the creative sim challenge. Returning to the build, if you want to learn more about the lore of Aisha, which is the Winx fairy that this bedroom is based off of, then be sure to check out my creative sim of her, and I'll have that linked down below. But essentially, Aisha is the Fairy of Waves, so I did include a lot of blue into this build to kind of represent water, and also there's a lot of blue incorporated in her actual bedroom from the show. Another thing to keep in mind is the bedrooms that they have in the show are dormitories. I don't think I'm gonna make these actually a dormitory when I put them together for the Let's Play, but I think what I might do instead is either create some sort of huge mansion and incorporate all of their bedrooms that way, or some sort of apartment style build. Also, if you have any suggestions for how to incorporate all of their bedrooms and all their personal styles into one giant build, then leave those ideas in the comments down below. With Aisha's bed, she was the first one that I gave like a custom bed to. I added a little canopy over it, and I also added some curtains on the side to really give that sort of ocean vibe. I also feel like because the bed is from Island Living, I think it definitely fits very well to the aesthetic of her room. I didn't actually playtest though if the bed works and if she's able to access her bed. I do think that most times the Sims bypass curtains. I'm not sure if she'll be able to bypass the canopy, but if she isn't, we can always make adjustments to make sure that it works for gameplay. Aisha had these cute little heart pillows at the foot of her bed, so I had to use the heart pillows that we got from Lovestruck. I think they look super cute, and I made sure to put the ones that have the little smiley faces because Miss Aisha is not heartbroken. She is with the love of her life. And to get into that a little bit further, I think most of the Winx fairies have boyfriends or a partner in the show. I didn't actually create any of them for this Let's Play, but let me know in the comments down below if you think that I should. We could just have it be fresh and just have it be the Winx fairies are our main characters, and we have them go out into the world and meet new people. Or I could bring more of the lore from the actual show into the gameplay and have them start off with their partners already established in a relationship with them. I definitely stand by what I said with the last build that we worked on, where I feel like every room that we create ends up getting a little bit better than the previous one. Her room was really fun to do because she's an active sim, so it's really easy to find like equipment and gym equipment and just like little sports items that would fit nicely into her room. One thing that was a little bit difficult with these builds though is a lot of them have a lot of swirls or like circular or curved items in the room, and we don't really have a lot of that currently in the game. I am hoping that with this new pack we do get a lot more of those whimsical type of build and buy furniture. I did briefly see the video where they went over some of the build and buy items that we'll be getting. I do want to look at that more in depth at some point. Maybe when we look at the gameplay trailer, I'll also look over the build and buy and cast trailer as well. But I definitely hope that we get a lot more whimsical style furniture. To sort of capture the essence of her like curved bookshelf, I used this base game one instead and just had them all connected. I think that despite the fact that they all have their unique personalities and their unique styles, they do have some similarities in terms of the overall color palette. So I feel like when we do put all of these rooms together, there will still be some cohesiveness because the rooms aren't super random and super unrelated to each other. I think the thing that I'm looking forward to most with this build and all of the other builds for this series is putting them all together at the end and finding ways to connect them. I will have to make some changes in terms of like window and door placement so that way it'll make sense when we put it all together, but I'm very excited to see how all of the rooms change and how the overall build looks once it's all complete. I feel like making these themed rooms is really like sparked my creativity again when it comes to building. As I've mentioned with some of the previous builds, it's really fun to like try and find ways to use things that I don't normally use, and I would highly recommend just, you know, challenging yourself to create some more like themed rooms. Base it off of one of your favorite characters from a show, base it off of a specific style. It really forces you to kind of think outside the box, and I find myself thinking like, oh, I know the perfect item for this spot, or I know an item that like creates the shape that I want to make right here. And I feel like that has been the most fun with creating the builds for this series. And again, that's part of the reason why I'm gonna be sad once, you know, everything's put together and we don't really have to do anything for these builds anymore. But maybe we'll do something else like this in the future. If you have any other characters that you'd like to see me design bedrooms based off of, then leave them in the comments down below. And maybe in the future I'll have a series based off of character that you suggested. As I said many times before, I want the YouTube community to be involved with all the content I'm putting out, so don't be afraid to leave suggestions. Let me know what kind of content that you like that I am putting out. Let me know ideas of things you want to see in the future, and also feel free to leave feedback of things you think that I could have added with some of these builds, because in the future when I do put everything together, I'd love to incorporate some of your ideas. Also consider to comment down below which Winx Fairy you think I'll be making a build for next. We are doing a wheel spin for every single build, and I think the ones that I have left are Bloom and Roxy. I'm actually not sure who the last two fairies I have. Be sure to watch the most recent creative sim if you want to see who's left, and then come back here and comment down below which fairy you think we'll get next. And as we get closer to the end of this build, I want to say thank you so much for watching all the way through. Consider to like this video if you enjoyed and you want to see more content like this. Comment down below what your favorite part of the build is and what you're looking forward to most for the last two Winx fairies that we create bedrooms for. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate you all so much for all the support, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned until the end for the screenshots of this build. Bye everyone!